Christian Noble, D2 star, D2 record holder, signs with New Balance. And this is obviously interesting because the Division II season is not over yet. They have their national championship at the end of May, joining the group in Boston, coached by Mark Coogan. And the timing, Gordon, I've been trying to figure this out. I've been scratching my head a lot because we've gone through a couple different phases here. We've gone through the traditional track athlete goes pro at the end of the season. Then a couple years ago, we saw a few high-profile track athletes go pro in indoors. You're like, that's in the middle of the season, but outdoors is the focus. So if you look at it from that perspective, all right, strange, not crazy. Then we saw, was it earlier this season, correct? Wesley Kiptoo goes pro in the middle to early portion of outdoors. And now we have this next phase, which is an athlete going pro with one meet basically left in the season. And I'm not sure, like from the athlete perspective, I get it. If someone's going to pay you to run, jump, throw, do it, take the money 10 times out of 10. I don't really get it from the perspective of the company that's signing the athlete. I could see it if the college season was overlapping a national championship or overlapping the Olympics or world championships, but I don't understand the shoe company's incentive to lock somebody up right now unless they're worried that, hey, this athlete's going to do something so crazy at their college championships that the price of them is going to go through the roof. But you've thought about this as well. What do you think the reasoning is behind this? And do you think we'll see more of it?
Well, first of all, he mentioned in this Instagram post that he's only been focused on USA's this whole time. But I looked at his NCAA championships. How many times do you think he's won an NCAA title individually?
3.
He's won 2, and both of them were indoors in 2021. He was DQ'd indoors this year. He was DNF outdoors last year twice. So he hasn't it's not like he's coming out I've won every NCAA title I could have won.
He's got records though. Got a lot of records.
But he has all the records. That's for sure. He has all the records. So it is kind of weird that he just, I think maybe he doesn't care. I don't know, but he said in his post that the focus has always been USA's, but I think he might not just care about winning a D2 title because let's be honest, who's going to challenge him in a D2 title? I think someone like Abdi Hamid Nur would rather go up against, the best of the best at NCAA D1, and that might feel more than Noble. I mean, Noble's going to beat everyone by 2 seconds, so he's probably all right, this is a formality.
But
I'm in my best shape. I'm in my life, and I might as well take advantage of it. However,
I get it from his perspective. I'm saying from the other perspective, why would they need to sign him now? Why wouldn't you want to wait a little bit and have more options on who you could sign?
Well, maybe they have they wanted to kind of pressure him to be take it or leave it. And it was a negotiation tactic. It's this won't be here after NCAAs because we're going to want to focus. But it was probably, I don't know, that's kind of bullshit. But also are people clamoring for the one New Balance kit in the International 1500 at Prefontaine Classic?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Because I was looking at which meets. It does. D2 Nationals does overlap with Pre, and he's scheduled to run in Pre. But that's not the same as running USA's. That's not the same as running, obviously, in a Diamond League main event Olympic. I mean, it's a Diamond League, but it's going to be the international mile. It's not the Bowerman mile. That's the part where I get stuck on.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason. It's weird. It kind of sucks, right? It's all right, why did you come back to, I mean, hey, some people just are different. Some people really love every opportunity to run an NCAA championship, and some people, it's okay. It's it's not the end of the world. I mean, he's already had the experience of winning an NCAA title, albeit he's never won an outdoor NCAA title, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's only won indoor, but I don't know. It's just
From
kind of
what?
weird. He deserves it. For the record, he deserves the contract. He's one of the best
Yeah,
1500
take
meter
the
runners
money.
in the
No, I don't.
country,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
U.S.
take them.
Like he could low key make the team this year. He's run 336 flat. Like I said, the men's 1500 is wide open. It's just
Yeah.
Hawker is really the only known. Cooper Tier's a maybe. Centro's an unknown. Uh, Cooper Tier's
So you
not a
think
maybe.
that's
It's
what
a
they're
maybe if he
looking at,
runs it.
though? You think that's what they're looking at? They're looking this far ahead, and they're like, "Hey, we need to sign him now because if we wait until after D2 Nationals, another company might swoop in and try to get him before USA's." Do you think that's what the thought process is?
Maybe. I'm sure. Yeah, I could see that.
All right, I got two follow-ups on this. One, how excited is the number 2 seed in D2 to wake up to this news or just log on to Instagram and be like, "Wait, what? Now? Are you serious? Pro? For real? I don't have to run against this guy? This is a gift. Oh my goodness." And two,
So
do you think?
big ups, Aaron All of Simon Fraser, who's run 339.9, basically 4 seconds slower than him. And
There
in
you
the
go.
5K, Isaac Harding, Grand Valley State, who's run 13:34, 10 seconds slower than Noble in the 5K.
Mhm.
And the steeple, he's a steepler too. So who's also happy for the steeple perspective?
Yeah.
Um, Clement Dugo of Adams State, who's actually pretty good. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Now those guys are good, but it's just great. It's great to not have the record holder in your event if you can avoid it. Last point on this. So we've seen people go pro during indoors. We've seen people go pro at the beginning of outdoors. We've seen people go pro right before nationals outdoors. How far away are we from someone going pro after the first round of the NCAA championships?
that would be like after prelims.
Yeah. They go pro in the mix
Like,
zone.
see, yeah, go pro in the mix zone. I'm doing it. How fast would you need to run? Would it be like you're, you're in like the 100 and you run like 9.6 and you're like, all right, guys, I'm not coming back for NCAA final. I just ran 9.6. All right, pay me. All
Well,
right.
I mean, like Grant Holloway could have gone pro after the first. It's not just that one prelim; it's everything that comes before it. I'm just saying, who would who'd be like, I'm not going to risk it. Don't want to risk it
Yeah.
anymore. I'm done.
Well, I think the argument also is there's incentive for the shoe company to be able to sign the NCAA champion, not the
Yeah,
eventual NCAA champion. So
right.
Christian Noble might be a little more. I mean, it is D2, so they probably look at it differently. Unfortunately, hey, I'm not for that. D3 athlete myself. Respect D2, D3 athletes. But you think a shoe company wants to be able to say, we just signed this NCAA champion, not this NCAA leading runner.
Yeah, yeah. The only thought I have is that they thought there was going to be immense competition for him after D2 Nationals to try to sign him, and they wanted to sign him now. And from his perspective, again, to reiterate, I get it. I understand why he would do it. If someone's going to pay you to run, take it. Don't wait. Sure thing. Go with it. It's from the company perspective is where it gets interesting. Some of those other decisions in the past, you're wondering it from the athlete side of things, but this one, I'm wondering it from the shoe company side of things. Okay,